What is cracking, everybody? Welcome to I Am Boo, and thanks for stepping through. Looks like in a post by Puberty here, the New York Times has released its list of 100 best films released since January 1st, 2000. Y2K. Based on the votes of over the 500 top filmmakers, actors, and film industry figures around the world. All right, credible people here. People that should know movies. Most people probably do know movies. Looks like a handful of Oscar-winning directors and actors were, I guess, polled in selecting their top 10 films. The results, compiled with the upshot, reflect which movies have stood the test of time in an era dominated by streaming and superhero franchises. All right, 100 of them, huh? Let's take a look at this here. All right, remember, this is only since January 1st, the year 2000. So anything in the 90s and prior will not be on this list. Now, this is not a ranking. This is just a list. They had to put them somewhere, right? What I'm really curious is to see how many of these movies have I actually watched. It was funny, I was having a conversation with myself not too long ago, and I said, how many movies have I watched in my lifetime? And then this pops up. Granted, like I said, this is just over the last 25 years, but I'm curious to see. I'm actually going to keep a tally of how many of these I've seen. I would probably have to say at least 40 would be my guess, but this will be fun. Parasite. Parasite was a really good movie. I went into that expecting it was this different Parasite movie, and it turned out to be the Parasite movie, and I actually had a great time. I think there's definitely an argument for this one to be on the list. No question about it. Have no problem with Parasite being on the list. That's one I've seen. Mulholland Drive. I have no idea what that is. There Will Be Blood. Heard of it, never watched it. In the Mood for Love. Never heard of it. Moonlight, never seen it. No Country for Old Men. I'm a bit embarrassed about this one. I know this is a classic. It is a classic, but there are a list of classic and cult classics that I have not seen that everybody's like, what? You haven't seen that? Yes, I have not seen No Country for Old Men soon, but one of these days I will sit down and watch it. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That was a really good movie, and I was honestly surprised how good it was. Top 100? Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. Get Out. Ooh. I'm not as big on this movie as a lot of other people. But, you know, listen, Get Out definitely was not my cup of tea, but I get it why a lot of people liked it. You know, I can objectively look at it, and it was very unique in its direction and storytelling. So I'll let that slide. But would it make my personal top 100? Probably not. Spirited Away, classic, awesome movie, incredible, absolutely. The Social Network. Still haven't seen that movie. I don't think I ever will, but I heard it was amazing. Like, I've only heard great things about that movie. Mad Max Fury Road. I have seen that. Top 100? Debatable, but yeah. Sure. Zone of Interest, never heard of. Children of Men, never heard of. Inglourious Bastards, actually, that's another one that's popular that I haven't seen. City of God, nope, never heard of it. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, absolutely top 100. Are you crazy? That movie was epic, epic, epic. And maybe there's some bias there. I love Chinese martial arts and their films, but I don't think there's any debate. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon took the world by storm. Even people that weren't into martial arts movies, kung fu movies, things like that. Classic. Brokeback Mountain, another classic that I have not seen. Very popular. Y Tu Mama Tambien. Never heard of it. Zodiac. I don't know. Is that based off the Zodiac Killer? Did they make a movie out of that? I don't know. Never watched it. Wolf of Wall Street. That is a classic film. Definitely top 100 of the 2000s. No question about it. The Royal Tenenbaums. Never even heard of that. The Grand Budapest Hotel. Never heard of it. Boyhood. Never heard of it. Her. What is Her? I might have to Google that one. Looks like it's a sci-fi romance film. I was making sure I wasn't getting it confused with something else, but that came out in 2013. Interesting. Phantom Thread, never heard of it. Anatomy of a Fall, never heard of it. Adaptation or adaptation, however you like to pronounce it. Never heard of. Man, there's a lot of stuff I have not watched and I have not heard of. I need to get on it. The Dark Knight, of course, I don't think anybody would argue that. I wouldn't be surprised if The Dark Knight is the only superhero film on here. For many people, The Dark Knight is the what's the word I want to use? Is the crown jewel, the golden goose of superhero films. And I'm a Batman guy, obviously. So yeah, no problem with that. Is it my actual favorite Batman film? No. And that trilogy, actually, Batman Begins is my personal favorite. And I'm not saying it's better than The Dark Knight, but I like it better. Arrival, that was a good movie, but top 100, I don't think I could go there. I did really like it, but nah, I can't go there. Lost in Translation, another popular one I've never seen before with Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson. It's been on my list for years. I need to sit down and watch it. The Departed, very good movie. Very, very good movie, man. It's hard to argue against anything with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. But yeah, The Departed was really good. Bridesmaids, I did see that. That was the comedy, right? With the homeless guy that was naked in the store window. Nope, I'm thinking a Girls Trip. So I have not seen Bridesmaids. A Separation, never seen it. Wall-E, incredible movie, no question about it. A Prophet, never seen it. American Sniper. Yo, I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this movie enough. That was an incredible movie, and I think it was based off a true story. Got no problem with American Sniper being up there. Call Me By Your Name. Never heard of it. Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Don't know. Lady Bird. Is that the one based off Hunger Games? Let me look it up. Nope. It's not. Or what was she called? Firebird or something? I don't know. Never seen Lady Bird. Yee, never seen. Millie, never seen. The Master, never seen. Old Boy, never heard of it. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's one that's been on my list for a long time. It's not like it's been out that long, but I do want to see that. Moneyball, never seen. Roma, nope. Almost Famous, nope. The Lives of Others, nope. Before Sunset, never seen it. Up, surprisingly, never seen it. 12 Years a Slave, surprisingly, never seen it. The Favorite, never heard of it. Borat, I have seen Borat. I guess it didn't resonate with me as much as it did with other people. Pan's Labyrinth was an incredible movie, no problem with that. Inception, epic movie, no problem with that. Punch Drunk in Love, never seen it. Best in Show, never seen it. Uncut Gems, I have seen, but I did not expect to see Uncut Gems out here. Listen, Adam Sandler's probably the first serious role I might have seen him in, and it was good. I think Kevin Garnett was in that movie too. It was good. I liked it, but top 100 of the 2000s, you don't know about that. Tony Erdmann, never seen it. Whiplash, never seen it. Kill Bill Volume 1, absolutely no issue with that. Memento, that was really good. No issue with that. Little Miss Sunshine, Never seen it. Gone Girl, I heard that was incredible, but I still haven't seen it. Oppenheimer, heard that was incredible, still haven't seen it. Spotlight, nope, haven't seen it. Tar, never seen it. The Hurt Locker, never seen it. Under the Skin, never heard of it. Let the Right One In, never heard of it. Ocean's 11, one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. Absolutely, I'm cool with Ocean's 11 being in there. Carol, never heard of it. Ratatouille, seen it. I probably wouldn't put it in my top 100, but I understand a lot of people love that movie. The Florida Project, as somebody from Florida, never heard of it. Amore, never heard of it. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Never seen it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I love that movie. Maybe the best multiverse movie out there. Excellent film. No issue with that. After the Sun, never heard of it. The Tree of Life, never heard of it. Volver, never heard of it. Black Swan, never seen it. The Act of Killing, never heard of it. Inside Wynn Davis, never heard of it. Melancholia, never heard of it. Anchorman, I know a lot of people love that movie too. Didn't hit me like it did a lot of other people. Past Lives, never heard of it. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings. Epic movie, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy is an epic trilogy. Now, I personally don't think that's the best one in the series. I probably think that would have to be Return of the King is the best Lord of the Rings movie. But I think the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Rings probably resonates with more of the people that aren't hardcore LOTR fans, because it does have some of the more iconic and memorable scenes and popular scenes in the genre, right? Balrog, right? You Shall Not Pass, right? Mines of Moria, all that stuff. Yeah. And you get introduced to all the characters, right? The ring raids, all that stuff. So, The Gleaners and I, never heard of it. Interstellar, without a doubt, that belongs on here. Excellent movie. Francis Ha, never heard of it. Fish Tank, never heard of it. Gladiator made its way up here. Interesting. I don't got an issue with that. Gladiator was really big when it came out. Very popular. Michael Clayton, never heard of it. Minority Report, have not seen that in a long time. All right. The Worst Person in the World, never heard of it, but I think I want to watch that. That sounds like an interesting title. Black Panther, top 100. I was wrong. I thought Batman was going to be the only superhero film. Black Panther? If you're going to pick superhero movie of all time, Black Panther? Sorry, I think that movie's a bit overrated, especially in some aspects. Didn't hit with me like it did with a lot of other people. I personally think Winter Soldier is better than Black Panther. Spider-Man 2 is better than Black Panther. The first Spider-Man is better than Black Panther. Endgame is better than Infinity Wars. Civil War. The Wolverine. Not the Wolverine. Logan. My bad, Logan. I would probably take Logan after Batman. Logan's better than the Black Panther. What are we doing here? I could go on with more superhero films better than Black Panther. Endgame probably doesn't work as well as an individual movie, but you'd have to take into consideration the collection of everything that comprised Endgame and made it what it was. Endgame needs context. I get it. Gravity. Love that movie. Love that movie. Love that movie. Love that movie. No problem there. Grizzly Man. No problem there. Memories of Murder. Never heard of it. And Superbad. Absolutely one of the best comedies of the 2000s. I'm surprised The Hangover. Now, listen. Let me see what my tally's at, because that is a lot less than I thought I would recognize or would have seen. Let's see what this tally comes to. I said at least 40, right? I've probably seen. Nope. 31. As long as I didn't fat finger or forget something, I would have seen 31 movies on this list. Now, had I actually seen some of the classics that I know about but have failed to watch it yet, I think I would have hit that 40. But 31. Now, there are some movies that aren't on this list that, honestly, I think belong on here. Some animated movies that would probably make it on my top 100 list that weren't on here. Emperor's New Groove, I think that movie is very, very underrated. Fantastic Mr. Fox, I love that movie so much. If you haven't seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, go check it out, seriously. Finding Nemo, I'm surprised Finding Nemo wasn't on here. And while I wouldn't put these next two on my list, I think there's definitely an argument for it, and it's beloved. The Incredibles is beloved by many people, and Shrek. Wouldn't make it on my top 100, but I just saying. And two movies that I find very surprising that are not on this list. And I'm not saying I would put them on my top 100, but Frozen and Avatar. If you would have told me that Frozen and Avatar wouldn't make it on their top 100, I would have said, you're crazy. Those will definitely be on there. Incredible. Incredible. I think I would put at least one of the Spider-Verse movies up there. Those movies were incredible. Some of the best animated movies I've seen in the last 25 years. Some other movies that I think I would probably put on my top 100 that weren't on the list. Man on Fire, Denzel Washington. That movie was incredible. Book of Eli, another Denzel one. How the hell was Django Unchained not up here? What? Yo, Django Unchained would be on my list. District 9, maybe my favorite documentary of all time. Training Day, American Psycho, Sin City, The Hangover, probably arguably the funniest movie of all time to me. Remember the Titans, arguably one of the greatest sports movies ever. None of the Planet of the Apes made it up here. Those movies are amazing. Catch Me If You Can, Tom Hanks, Leonardo DiCaprio, that movie was incredible. The Revenant, I'd put Joker over Black Panther. I would replace Black Panther with any of the movies I just listed, to be honest with you. And I'd probably replace Get Out. I'd probably replace Get Out with any of the movies I just seen too. And Arrival. I'd get rid of Arrival for any of the movies I just mentioned. Interesting. The list isn't horrible, and I can't really call it either way because I've only seen roughly 30% of these movies anyway, so I really have no opinion on the ones that I haven't seen yet. I understand that, but I might have to make my top 100. Shoot. Anyway, like I said, folks, this is not a ranking. This is just a list. Let me know what you think about it. How many of these movies have you seen that made it on the list? I'm curious. And which of these movies would you most recommend me to watch as far as the ones I haven't seen yet that were on this list? Please let me know in the comment section, because I'm gonna save this list and I'm gonna go down the list and I'm going to try to watch each and every one of these that I haven't seen yet. But I could prioritize it if you let me know which ones you would rank highest and would make it to the top of my priority list. So please let me know in the comment section. Help me with this journey. Other than that, that's all I gotta say about it, folks. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. Thanks for watching. And we out, baby.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.